I make $25,083 or more every single month selling digital products. And here's the kicker. I don't sell on Etsy. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact system that I use instead, why it works, and how you can get started today. So let's dive in. This video is sponsored by .store, but more on them later. So why not Etsy? Why not Amazon? Why not sell on a marketplace? Well, these marketplaces, simply put, make money off you, which is totally fine. Okay, any softwares we use, a lot of things we use in our businesses, they need to make money. They're a business too, right? But when it comes to these marketplaces, they do not have your success and your best interest at heart. And here's why. They want to make money off of ads, especially places like Etsy and Amazon. It is more saturated and harder to stand out than ever before. And one way that you can sometimes cut through the noise is running ads, but that can become very expensive and dwindle your profit margins down to next to nothing. Not to mention, again, it's super oversaturated, tons of competition, very, very hard to stand out. And we haven't even talked about all the other fees, the seller's fees, the listing fees that come with selling on marketplaces as well. Plus, Etsy owns the platform. You don't own the platform, right? So you are at their whim if they make changes or want to shut down your profile or they want to shut down their business altogether. You don't want to tie the success of your business to someone else's platform that closely. And that's why I have chosen to never sell on Etsy. That's right. I've been selling digital products since 2014 and I have never chosen to sell on a marketplace like Etsy, Amazon, etc. There's a step most people overlook when they start selling their products outside of Etsy and Amazon, and that's having a real home for their products. A lot of people will build a quick checkout page or drop a link in their bio, but if you want people to really feel confident buying from you, I highly recommend getting your own domain. And that's where today's video sponsor, .store, comes in. .store domains are made specifically for people who sell products online, whether that's ebooks, templates, or full digital courses, and whether you're launching a Shopify store or hosting on your own platform. So instead of sending people to something like mystore123.shopify.com, you have a clean, clear link like yourname.store or yourbrand.store, which instantly makes your business look more legit. I also learned that it helps with visibility too, because store is a searchable keyword. So websites using a .store domain tend to show up higher on Google. And let's be honest, it just looks more professional. And I found a promotion for you guys too. Right now, you can grab your very own .store domain for just 99 cents using my link. And don't forget to use code MOLLY, that's MOLLY, at checkout. It's normally around $10 to $30 per year. And you'll also unlock free access to Elevate.store Plus, which gives you discounts on tools like Canva, Shopify, and AutoDS to help you grow faster. So if you're ready to take your digital product shop to the next level, grab that deal while it's still live. The link is in the description below this video. And don't forget to use code MOLLY at checkout for your discount. And if you want to learn my entire process from coming up with your digital product idea to making consistent passive sales, along with my tools, templates, and scripts, go ahead and register for my free on-demand training. It's the first link in the description below this video. So now let's talk about what I like to call the better model. And I'm specifically going to talk about what works for 2025, okay? Because yes, I have been selling digital products since 2014. I have lived during the blogging and Pinterest days, the Facebook days, the Periscope days, the Clubhouse days. I've lived during the days, okay? But I want to share with you what is working today, not back in the day, okay? So instead of Etsy, I sell my digital products. And when I say digital products, I mean things like workshops, ebooks, courses, and memberships. And I sell these by selling to my own audience directly, okay? So I don't need a marketplace or any third-party platform. I sell directly from me to you, the audience, okay? And how I do that is by growing an audience, by teaching for free online through YouTube. Yes, YouTube is what is working fantastically today, not a decade ago, not a year ago, not 5 weeks ago. What is working today? Well, YouTube did also work 5 weeks ago, but you get what I'm saying. So no middleman, no fees, none of that. And not only am I able to grow my audience on YouTube for free, but I'm actually getting paid to grow my audience because YouTube actually pays you through their partner program called YouTube AdSense. Now, I would personally be on YouTube even if they didn't have YouTube AdSense. Don't tell them though, okay? Because I really like my AdSense, but I would do it anyways because it brings me the perfect customers for my program that we can get results for. But you might be thinking, well, Molly, YouTube is also a third-party site. So how are you going to like own your business and not rely totally on that? That is a great question. And that is where email marketing comes into play. So yes, I grow on YouTube and YouTube's been around forever, so I'm not super worried about it. But no matter what platform you're growing an audience on in business, the smart thing to do is to also grow your email list, because that is something that you do own. Okay. That is fully yours. Even if social media platforms get shut down, you will always have your email list. Okay. And so how I do that is I create freebies, just like I mentioned my free workshop towards the beginning of this video. And how people get those freebies is they put in their name and email. We deliver the freebie to their email, and they also get onto my email list. And this is how I move my YouTube viewers to email subscribers, which is not only smart to be able to have assets that you own, but also because email marketing is 40 times more effective at making sales than social media alone on its own. So email marketing is so super important. In fact, the other day I saw a comment on one of my videos and it was like,
these videos are just trying to grow their email list. And I was like,
yeah. Like I literally replied, yeah, I would hope that every business owner was trying to grow their email list. Like that's the smart thing to do. You know, you caught me. Like I'm not trying to pull a fast one. Yes, I'm trying to build my email list. Why am I trying to build my email list? Well, yes, I want to make sales because it's a business, but also I know the more people that I can get on my email list, the more people that I can get in my program, the more people that I can help get a result. So that is exactly what I'm doing and what works right now. So now you know how I'm growing my audience and my email list, but let's talk about how I'm automating sales every single day on autopilot. Now I have loads of videos on this channel. I think I'm nearing 300 videos. And in those videos, I talk all the time about how to make your first sales, the quickest route to getting those first sales, all that great stuff. So if you want to know that, go watch one of those videos. In this video, I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm going to talk a little bit more advanced because
your girl needs to use the full capacity of her brain, okay?
And I want to talk about the more advanced stuff in this video because it's fun and I think you'll learn a lot too, even if you're a beginner. And you can also learn the complete step-by-step of what to do as a beginner in my free workshop, which is linked below. Okay, so how I make automated sales every single day is with my automated webinar funnel. Now, again, I did not start with this. I started out with just YouTube traffic to my email list, to a checkout page, and I got to 6 figures that way. So you don't need a webinar. You don't need this fancy stuff. If this sounds like a lot, then don't worry about it. You could start with just a checkout page, but I do get asked about my webinar funnel a lot. It is what I'm using currently to make sales every single day. So that's what I want to talk about. So what I do is I grow my audience on YouTube. I put out 2 videos every single week. And within those videos, I mention my workshop and my other freebies. Now, if you opt in for my workshop, that is my automated webinar funnel. Okay. So you opt in, you get a totally free training that's like an hour long. And at the end, I mention our membership, Freedom Creator Club, where we can help you further. We talk about all the details, give you all the insights to see if that's a good fit for you. Now, if you download one of my freebies, on the thank you pages is invites to the workshop, aka my automated webinar funnel. Or if you get on the email list, we also have emails that guide you towards the automated webinar funnel. So everything is guiding people to the automated webinar funnel because we know that that workshop is amazing. It's super helpful. It's going to help people get started. And it's also going to tell them about Freedom Creator Club, which is our affordable membership, which is going to help them get started, create their digital product, make their first sales, and also automate their sales for consistent passive income. So you're probably wondering, well, how do you create an automated webinar funnel? Okay. Again, the easiest thing to start with is just simply a checkout page. That's what I started with too. But now what I do is every single January, I deliver a webinar live. Okay. I do it live. We get thousands of people to sign up. I teach it live. And then we take the best performing live webinar, because usually I'll do like 2 or 3 different ones. We take the best one and we automate that and we use that in our automated webinar funnel for the rest of the year. So what we do is we use Webinar Jam for this. Webinar Jam is what I use to do a live webinar once a year. And a live webinar is, again, a 60-minute training that teaches a bunch of value and then also mentions our Freedom Creator Club membership at the end. And then again, whichever one performs best, we click a button, and it's also part of Webinar Jam, but it's called Ever Webinar, and it turns your webinar evergreen, aka automated, whatever you want to call it. And what's cool is it even takes the live comments and puts them in at the same time so that people feel like they're on the live, even though they're not. And we don't lie to them. We don't tell them it's live. We tell them that it's an on-demand training. You know, we never say the word live, nothing like that, but it's still cool even when you watch it as a recording because you really feel like you're there. You see people's comments. It's very interactive. So then when somebody watches the webinar, at the end, it will offer them Freedom Creator Club and they can click a button to go to the checkout page to actually purchase. So really the funnel is a YouTube video to signing up for the workshop, watching the workshop, going to the checkout page and purchasing. And if you're not ready for an automated webinar funnel yet, what you're going to do is YouTube to a freebie to an email to a checkout page. YouTube freebie email list checkout page. YouTube freebie email list checkout page. And again, the tools I use for the email marketing, the automation, the funnels is system.io. You can get your free account in the description below. And what I use for the automated webinar funnel, the actual webinar itself, is Webinar Jam and EverWebinar, which is the same company. Now you might be thinking, well, growing my own audience and teaching and having a funnel, this all sounds really hard. And I'm going to tell you something. Nobody ever said growing a business was easy. Nobody ever said achieving financial freedom, time freedom, traveling the world, being able to retire early. Like nobody said these things were going to be easy, right? It's not going to be easy. Nobody said it would. It is in fact going to be hard. There are going to be hard days, but you know what else is hard? Working for somebody else, having a 9-to-5 that you hate, having to go and work for a boss that you hate, not making enough money to pay your bills, having to work until you're freaking 70 years old. Okay. So here's what I need you to do. You got to choose your hard. Okay. Because work sucks. All right. We all wish we could just get like fanned by a cute person by the pool feeding us grapes. Right. But unfortunately, we need to have jobs. And so if I'm going to have a job, I'm going to want to do something I actually love. I'm going to want to actually help people. I'm going to want to actually create more educators so there can be more opportunities for education in the world, because I think that our world would be a better place with more education opportunities and more educated people overall. So that is why I love what I do. And yes, it's hard. Okay. But what was harder was having a job and working for people that I didn't like and having a job that I literally could not care less about and making peanuts and not being able to pay my bills. That sucked too. So you're going to have to choose your hard. And maybe it's what we talked about in this video. Maybe not. That's totally okay. That's up to you. And maybe you find digital products is for you. And I love that. And I'm happy to help you. I hope that you'll join Freedom Creator Club so we can help you further. And if not, no worries. I hope that if nothing else, this video inspires you to choose that hard and to go for it, because on the other side can be financial freedom, can be early retirement, can be doing something you actually love, can be making the money you actually deserve. And in my opinion, selling digital products is one of the smartest business models out there. You don't need Etsy, you don't need Amazon, you don't need any of these big corporations telling you what to do, how much you need to pay, pulling your audience away from you further and further and making it harder and harder and harder. You can grow an audience, okay? And you might be thinking, well,
easy for you. You have an audience.
Why do I have an audience? Think about it. Think real hard.
And I'm talking to the haters in the comments right now. Okay, don't take this personally.
They drive you a little crazy, but I love what I do. Listen, think real hard, okay? Why do I have an audience? Because I freaking started, all right? I didn't come out of my mother's womb with an audience, okay? No, I decided one day I'm going to start an audience. I'm going to start making videos. I'm going to share what I know. I'm going to help people, and you can do that too, right? Free will. YouTube is free. Picking up your cell phone you already have and filming yourself is free. You already got the phone. You can create a YouTube account in like 2 minutes for free. Like, go do it. Get started. You watch these influencers online and you think to yourself, gosh, they're making so much money. Yeah, they are. They are. So go do it for yourself. I really hope that this motivates you to take action. If it does, comment I'm in, because I really want you to not only watch videos on this kind of stuff, but actually do it for yourself. So now that you know how I make over $25,000 every single month selling digital products, you might be wondering how to actually grow on YouTube so that you can build an audience to sell your own digital products to as well. But how do you do that? Well, it all starts with watching this next video here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be way more powerful. See you in the next one.